G'day everyone, Buck up in a beautiful far north Queensland. Warm afternoon, Sunday. Sun's out. Got to get out and make the most of it, eh? So, I just finished the clip. I was in there editing it up actually. Danielle Fletcher asked me, Buck, will your Engel generator run the air conditioner in the caravan? Well, the answer was yes. Ran it very well. Ran it for about an hour and a half, gave the Engel Jenny a good run. I was there and I thought, light bulb went off. I thought, I wonder if the Jackery 2000 plus will run the aircon. Now the Engel generator is a 2500 watt pure sine wave inverter. It's got clean power coming out of it. It ran there. This has got the Jackery here has got a 3000 watt inverter in it, which is pretty good, isn't it? And I thought, I'm going to go out and see if the Jackery will run the aircon in there, and if it does, roughly how long can I get out of it? So I've already got everything set up, and I'll just come out, pull the Jackery out and do the exact same thing. So here goes everyone. I love doing these little experiments, eh? Just get ideas and you think, you don't know until you try it anyway. So what I'm going to do now, I charged the Jackery up the other day, just on 240, so she's at 100%. I'll turn it on here, power. Come on in a minute, there we go, 100%. So she's fully charged. So what I'm going to do now is turn on. It's got three 240 outlets here, and they're all 10 amp guys. So the same as the generator, I had a 10 amp plug. So I'll run a 10 amp lead into a amphibian, which goes from 10 amp to 15 amp, and then I'll run a 15 amp lead into the caravan, okay? Caravans here run off 15 amps. If you're over in America, I'm sorry, but we run on 240 volts here, and our normal 240 volt outlets are 10 amp. So at home in your house, all your normal stuff, your jugs and all that stuff, your kettles and your toasters all run on 10 amp plugs, okay? But caravans have a 15 amp. So I've got a converter or whatever, it's called, amphibian it's called. So you put your 10 amp lead in one end, and out the other end you plug your 15 amp lead, and it goes into the caravan. So I have got three outlets here, so I'm going to turn on the 240 volt side. So we've got DC side over here, 240 volt. So once I turn the 240 volts on, that'll start the inverter up basically, so I can run 240 volts. As I said, the Jackery's got a 3000 watt inverter. Don't hold the button on too long on that or it won't turn on, so you just push it and let it go. Righto. So what I'm going to do now is plug, I've already got the 15 amp thing plugged into the caravan, so everything's set up. I'll just plug in here now and see if the caravan draws any power out of the Jackery. Input 0. I guess while I'm running, if this does run the air conditioner, what you could do is I could run my 400 watts of solar panel in there, maybe get 300 watts an hour going back in, put some power back in, but you need a lot of solar to keep up with the air conditioner. 228. So I've got 200 watts coming out of there now just to power the caravan. I've got nothing on in the caravan. The lights aren't on, so that's just down to 140, 137, 120. It's going down at the moment, so I don't know what, 114. Yeah, it's going down now, so it's basically the caravan's drawing very little. Whatever's, if there's a light on there, maybe the light for the air conditioner or something, it's a very low minimal draw inside there at the moment. So what I'm going to do, I've now got power going from the Jackery, 10 amps into the amphibian, and then 15 amps coming out of the amphibian via a 15 amp lead into the caravan. So now I've got power to the caravan. I'm going to go and turn the air conditioner on and see if the Jackery powers the air conditioner up. If it does, we can come out and the Jackery will tell me how much power the air conditioner is drawing. I'll let it run for a while, and the good thing about the Jackery, it does its conversions and it'll roughly tell you how long it will run that air conditioner for. I'm not expecting this to run an air conditioner all night. It's only got the equivalent of about 170 amps of lithium battery inside. It's got a 3000 watt inverter butt, so it should start that aircon up. Right, let's go and give it a go. Rightio, let's go in the van. Grab the aircon remote, and I've got to remember to point it at the infrared thing up here. Last time I wouldn't turn on. You got to point the remote at that thing there. So here we go. Moment of truth. Will the Jackery power the air conditioner up? I've got a red light. I've got a blue light. Air conditioner has started up. So the Jackery has started the air conditioner. I'm not plugged into mains 240 everyone. I'm plugged into the Jackery only. That air conditioner is going. Blue light's on. Cold air is coming out. Right, let's go back out to the Jackery and see if we can do some calculations on roughly how long that thing will run the aircon. Just for Mike Blakely, if you're watching Mike, this might be a bit confusion to you of work off 110 volts over there in the US. So basically that's a 15, that's all 240 volts, but that's a 15 amp lead. So the red or orange one there, whatever colour that is, reddy orange, that's coming out of the caravan. And that's that amphibian thing I'm talking about. I've got to get the RV one, it's a waterproof one. This one's more of a household one, but it's still doing the trick. So, and this is a 10 amp, 240 volt, 10 amp lead, which the yellow one is a 10 amp lead running out into the Jackery. So 10 amps into here, the amphibian does its business. I don't know if it converts 10 amps to 15 amps. It's all got a trip switch and that up there in case you overload it. And the 15 amp lead out into the caravan. As I said, all Aussie caravans have got 15 amp power points. All the caravan parks and that have 15 amp points, and you've got to carry a 15 amp lead, not a 10 amp lead. So 10 amps over into the Jackery. Nice compact little unit, isn't it? Righto, let's see. I'll just put the power button again. So at the moment, I hope you can see that we're on 99% and the air conditioner is drawing, plus whatever else is on in that caravan. There's no lights in that. 914 watts, so just over 900 watts, which isn't as much as I thought. Down to 98%. So I've got 900 watts coming out of there. If I could get a heap of solar panels, a big array of solar panels, and put in here the Jackery, you can put up to 800 watts of solar into the Jackery. So if I could, the solar would almost keep up with that, wouldn't it? But at the moment it's telling me that I've got about 2 hours running time off the Jackery, which really is not worth it, is it? If you're only going to get 2 hours. But it's early days yet. 911 watts coming out, and the Jackery tells me that it should power that air conditioner for about 2 hours. Now listen, if I went and put my 200 watt solar panels on there, and I can get, what can I get out of them? 160 watts out of the King's ones. 160 watts, it's not going to give me much more time, is it? You'd have to put in full 800 watts into that Jackery, and then you could get some decent time out of that air conditioner. But who carries 800 watts of portable solar panels? Honestly, just not practical, is it? So anyway, it does it. The Jackery will do it. 900 watts coming out using the aircon. I'll get about 2 hours running time. It's down to 97%. I might leave this going for half an hour. In fact, I will. I'm going to give it half an hour from now, everyone, and I'll come back and I'm going to see what the Jackery's sitting on. But pretty impressive. The Jackery, with its 3000 watt inverter, starts the aircon up in the caravan. There you go. Not too bad at all. Right, just as I start filming, Roachie's ringing me. I'll ring you back, mate. Alright, down to 91% already. Been going 10 or 15 minutes, I suppose. Still drawing just over 900 watts, the air conditioner. 1.8 hours left. What I'm going to do, but... So, yeah, alright, the Jackery will run the air conditioner for a couple of hours. Whoopie-doo. It's not really much use to us is it being able to run an aircon for 2 hours, and then you need 240 volts to charge this back up again, because trying to charge this up on solar, it'd take all day. Speaking of solar, I'm going to run an experiment. I've put my solar panels out, my 200 watt Kings, my 200 watt kick-ass, and my 100 watt Jackeries. And the sun's just gone behind a dirty big cloud. Why wouldn't it, just as I'm about to film? So I'll wait for the sun to get out from behind that cloud, and then I'm going to plug them in one by one, and the Jackery will tell us how many watts that's throwing in, and see if we can get the Jackery to say, all right, with 3 solar panels running, see if we can get over 2 hours out of it. Can only try, eh? We'll see how it goes. Righto, let's go while I can before the sun goes behind that big black cloud again. So, which one's this one here? Righto, this is the Kings. So we'll pump the Kings in here. Kings 200 watters. In they go. And we'll see how much we're getting out of the Kings. Should get about 165 watts if it's anything by yesterday's thing. 144. Probably not perfect conditions at the moment. There is a big cloud up there hovering around near the sun. 156 watts. 156. Righto, let's find the cable for the kick-ass. Where are you? No, that's the Jackery. So this one's for the Jackery. That's the Jackery. And let's plug the final one in here. Let's put the 200 watt kick-ass in. So I've got 200 kick-ass, 200 Kings, and 100 Jackery. 500 watts of solar. And I can't even get half out of them because of the cloud there. On a perfect day, you should get 500 watts, shouldn't you? But you don't. You'd never get anywhere near what they say. So, oh, I've got 200 watt solar panels. You never get 200 watts out of them. So I've got 500 watts worth of solar panels out at the moment, and the best I can do is 325 going in. But what it has done is, I was down to 1.8 on the air conditioner. The air conditioner, or the Jackery, had 1.8 hours left. Since I've put the solar panels in, 332, 330 watts going in, I'm up to 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. So by putting those solar panels out, I've increased my time that air conditioner will run. Not by a lot, but by some. Anyway, it's a bit of an experiment, eh? Just so it gives you something to think about anyway. Let's go through the figures again. Jackery's down 85% now. 902 watts coming out from the aircon. And I've got 329 watts going in from solar. Wouldn't it be nice to have some solar panels that can pump out 900 watts? You can put up to 800. This will accept up to 800 watts. I don't know. If there's some better solar panels out there that can pump in a lot more power, I don't know, maybe you could get a whole night out of a Jackery. No, you wouldn't. You could only run it during the day while you've got your solar. Without solar, it'll only run it for 2 hours, won't it? So forget what I just said. That was a bloody idiotic statement, but another diddly donk moment. So there you go, 900, just over 900 watts coming out from the air conditioner, 300 going in. It has extended the time to 2.5 hours now from 1.8. So the solar panels did make a difference. But at the end of the day, is the Jackery any good to power your air conditioner all night in the caravan? No, it is not. I'll come back. Hey, with the Jackery, hope you're not looking into the sun there. You can, Vinny just started his mower up. This is 2042 watt hours. You can get extensions for these that go on there, another 2000 watt hours per, you put another 4 on. So if we can get 2 hours aircon time out of this, you added one more on, and let me tell you, they are not cheap, couple of $1,000 for an extra battery. There's 4 hours, another one 6 hours, another one 8 hours, and a fourth one on top might give you 10 hours. So if you had this Jackery decked out with 4 extension batteries on it, which it can do, I think you can put up to 4 more batteries on it. You'd have to take out a small loan to do it. Then you could power your air conditioner all night for 10 hours, roughly. But then, how do you get power? How do you get enough power back in to charge all those batteries up? You will not do it by solar. You'd have to have a 240 volt. You'd have to have a generator, and you'd have to run your generator for half a day or something to charge that back up. But it is an option. I don't think it's a viable option, mainly because of how many batteries you'd have to carry and the cost. They are not cheap. They're a couple of $1,000 for an extra battery, guys. So there you go. Sun's just gone behind a cloud. Solar panels are getting 49 watts. I got 500 watts worth of solar panels out at the moment, and out of them I'm getting 49 watts. That's what I mean. Solar is great in the middle of the day when you're getting full sunshine. As soon as you get a cloudy day and that, you struggle. Like, don't ever just rely on solar, guys. You've got to have plan B and C than just having solar. You really do. Anyway, that was a bit of an experiment. This Jackery, great for power and certain stuff, but it will power the aircon and it'll run it for a couple of hours. It's pretty impressive, isn't it? It's got a 3,000 watt inverter in it. Remember, it's only a 170 amp hour battery in there. It's not like it's a bloody, a massive battery bank there, but it will run the aircon. In an emergency, you want to run the aircon for a couple of hours, you can do it off the Jackery. Righto, let me know. Put something down in the comments. Was this an absolute waste of time, this clip, or did you get something out of it? Let me know. See you later.